Direct proportion, chapter 3, ratio and proportion. Two quantities x and y are directly proportional to each other if an increase or decrease in one causes a proportionate increase or decrease in the other. In symbols, this is how we write it. Y is directly proportional to x if and only if y is equal to k times x, where k is a positive constant real number. Y is equal to k times x if and only if k is equal to y over x. So this means that y over x will give you the value of your constant k, and it is constant, okay? It is constant. Examples: distance and time, where the constant is velocity. So think, for example, of you running a 5-kilometer run and assuming that you can run at a constant velocity, okay? So the distance that you will cover is directly proportional to the time, the length of time that you are running. So this is how you write it. D, distance, is directly proportional to time, okay? And you can write it as an equation. This means that distance is equal to the constant, okay? And your constant here is v, your velocity, times time. Another example of direct proportion is the circumference of a circle and its diameter. An increase in the diameter results in a proportionate increase in the circumference of your circle. This is how we write it in math language. The circumference is directly proportional to the diameter of that circle. And what that means is also this. The circumference is equal to a constant, okay, this is your k, okay, times the length of your diameter, okay? Most students are not familiar with this. Circumference is equal to pi times d. Most students are familiar with this, but 2 times r is actually your d, okay? That is your d. Another example of direct proportion is the area of a circle. So the area of a circle and the square of its radius show direct proportionality. The area is directly proportional to the square of the radius. Okay? And you can write that as an equation. Area is equal to pi times r squared. The constant of proportionality here is pi. Example 3.12, weight loss. Reducing calorie intake by 2,000 calories results in a weight loss of 1 pound. Assume that weight loss and calorie intake follow direct proportionality. How many pounds would a person expect to lose if he or she eats 5,500 fewer calories? What is the constant of proportionality? Write the equation of direct proportionality. Okay, so reducing calorie intake by 2,000 calories, okay, that is kind of a very science way of saying it. But what that means in practical situation is you will reduce the amount of food that you will eat. And you will reduce it by 2,000 calories. Okay? The amount of food that you eat has energy. It contains energy. And that energy is measured in calories. Okay, so if you were now to reduce your food, okay, or if you have to take away 5,500 calories from the usual food that you eat, what would be the corresponding loss in weight? And we are assuming here that the relationship between weight loss and calorie intake is one of direct proportionality. So first, let us write the rate, okay? So I have the feeling that most students will be confused about how to write the rate because you have two variables here: the amount of calories that is taken away from the food and the corresponding weight loss. So in cases like this, think about what you learned from algebra. Okay, so you have these two things which we call the dependent variable and the independent variable. So the independent variable is the thing that causes another, and why the dependent variable is the effect of the cause. So in this case, I have the feeling that some of you will be confused about how to write this. How do you write this as a rate? This is a rate because we are comparing two quantities of two different things. Weight loss and calories. So what you will do is you will write y, or you will consider y to be your dependent variable. It is the effect. And in this case, the weight loss of 1 pound is the effect caused by reducing your food or your diet by 2,000 calories. So y over x will give you the constant of proportionality. Since this is one about direct proportionality, what this means is a reduction of 2,000 calories in your diet will result in a loss of 1 pound. That is equal to n pounds over 5,500 calories. We don't know n, but we are given the amount of calorie reduction, 5,500 calories. But because this is one about direct proportionality, a reduction of 5,500 calories will result in a proportionate decrease in weight. Let us now solve for n. We multiply both sides by 5,500 calories. N is equal to 2.75 pounds. So how do you interpret that? If you remove 5,500 calories from your diet, that will result in a weight loss of 2.75 pounds. But of course, this is an oversimplification of what is really taking place in weight loss. What is the constant of proportionality? So our equation for direct proportionality is y is equal to k times x, where x is the independent variable. It is what causes the other thing. So here x is the reduction in calories. Y is the dependent variable. It is the effect caused by x. Y is the corresponding loss in weight in pounds. Y is equal to k times x, which means that k is equal to y over x. So you just plug in the values. 1 pound divided by 2,000 calories is equal to 0.0005. Some teachers might insist that you write the unit of measurement. So writing this as an equation, y, which is weight loss, is equal to 0.0005 times x.